every voice, we sing hallelujah on the victory.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Thank you guys all for joining me. Today, I wanted to share something very briefly with you guys. Something that I was able to glean from my study time, and it's really blessed me. So I really hope it blesses you guys. My name is Callistus, and I pray that this word and this message enhances you. So today, I wanted to talk to you guys about beginning your days with belief. Beginning your days with belief. And it's going to revolve around Proverbs chapter 3, verses 6. And this is a scripture, that we've all looked at, the scripture that we've all read. It's a scripture that we've studied. And it's also a scripture where we can get so many revelations on. And when I read this passage not too long ago, God was able to give me another revelation on it that really has impacted me to this day. So in that verse, it says, in all of your ways, acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. In all of your ways, acknowledge him, God, and he will direct your path. Now I want to have a conversation with you guys. How many times throughout your weeks, your months, as your days go by, you wake up in the morning with fear? You wake up in the morning with doubt. You wake up in the morning with anxiety. You wake up in the morning not believing that what you want to come to pass, not believing that what you want to accomplish won't be accomplished. How many of us, am I the only person that has woken up in fear one time? Whether if it's a decision that you have to make or a decision that you've already made, whether if it's with schooling, different exams, work-related aspects, regardless what it is, all of us have woken up and started our days with fear, a mindset of fear. And you realize as the days go by, as the day goes, you realize that fear is really hindering the course of your day. Now, then again, there may be times where you wake up and you start your day in that negative mindset, and things are still accomplished for you. Things are still done. You're still able to accomplish the things that you want to. But you realize at the end of those days, it's like, man, why was I so fearful about this taking place? Why was I in unbelief about this certain situation? Why did I have so much anxiety over this exam? Why was I in this place this morning when it was already going to take care of itself as the day went by? So my other thing is, how many times do we wake up in the morning where, we have so much belief? We wake up in the morning with confidence. We wake up in the morning with power. We wake up in the morning believing that each and everything that we want to accomplish, we believe that it's going to be done. And you realize how smoother your day goes. You realize not only how smoother, but the mindset that you have throughout the day. You realize how much strength you do have when you wake up in the morning with this type of attitude. Well, in this scripture, Proverbs chapter 3, verse 6, it says, in all of your ways, acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. What I gain from the scripture is when I wake up in the morning, acknowledging God, when I wake up in the morning, giving him glory, when I wake up in the morning, praising him, when I wake up in the morning, reading and studying his word, when I wake up in the morning with a mindset of Jesus on my mind, when I wake up in the morning in a place where everything that I do will be in representation of enhancing his kingdom and enhancing him within me. When I wake up in the morning with this type in this place, I realize how strong, how confident I am throughout the day, how much I'm able to accomplish things. And last but not least, what the last part of that scripture says, my path will be directed. How many of us want our paths to be directed by God, not by self, not by the media, not by society, not by man? How many of us want our paths to be directed by God? Well, in order for our paths to be directed by God, we must first acknowledge him. We must first do all that we need to do to make sure that we are waking up, beginning our days in belief. Belief revolves around Jesus, but fear revolves around the enemy. I'll say that one more time. When you have belief in your mind, when you have belief in your heart, it revolves around Jesus. But when you have fear, doubt, anxiety, all that revolves around the enemy, Satan himself. In Genesis, it talks about how we are made in the image and likeness of God. So that means belief is already in us. If belief revolves around Jesus Christ and we're made in the image and likeness of him, that means it's already in us. So if belief is in us, that means fear isn't. Remember, in 2 Timothy, it says that God has not given us the spirit of fear. Spirit of fear meaning God has not given us the spirit of doubt. But he's given us love. He's given us power. And he's given us a sound mind. So one thing I wanted to share with you guys is something that I was able to gain wisdom from as I was reading the scripture is, here's belief and here's fear. When you start your days off with fear, that means belief is sitting in the back burner, waiting for you to give it the opportunity to rise. But when you start your days off with fear, now fear was from the enemy, so it's not in you. But fear is not in you, but if you give it an opportunity, it will consume you. So here's your fear and here's your belief. When you start your day off, when you begin your day off with fear and doubt, you have to find different avenues within your life. You have to encounter either different people. You may have to do different things without your day, or things have to be done a certain way in order for that belief system to come up. Because you started your day off with fear, it's going to be much tougher to go throughout your day to be able to gain that belief system within you, so that way your days will flow. But when you start your days off with belief, yes, fear may try and rise, but it will never overpower the belief that you started off with. Fear can try and rise. Different things within your life may take place to where your fear can come up, but it will never overpower the belief. Now, why is that? Why can fear never overpower your belief system? Because number one, we're made in the image and likeness of him. So that means the belief is already in us. That's number one. Number two, God has given us power and dominion over all the earth, meaning Satan. So he has given us power over Satan himself. Satan revolves around fear. So fear can't overpower belief when belief is already started. When belief is at the forefront, fear can try. It can try, but it can never overpower your belief system. So starting and beginning our days in belief would not only enhance us throughout the day, but it will cause an atmosphere around us to where anyone that is around us will be able to not only see it, but they will be able to consume it as well. So don't think of your belief system being just for you, because it's not. Your belief system is not only just for you, but it's for the people around you. As a leader, as a manager at a company, when that leader has a belief system that they operate in, has an atmosphere of belief, has an atmosphere of confidence, has an atmosphere of love, has an atmosphere of joy, guess what's going to be revolving around him? Belief, love, joy. Anything that's contrary to what the leader has won't be able to stand. Anything contrary to what God has placed within you won't be able to stand. So I encourage each and every one of you, begin your days with belief. Acknowledge God in all of your ways so he can direct you. Thank you guys all.
So every voice we sing hallelujah on the victory.